Hello, welcome to DK Boljat. I'm glad you're here. I have a couple little 2x4-inch canvases that I'm going to do mount hood on. I'm going to paint mount hood on. I have to start with, this is like a good comparison for you. This is titanium white and this is phthalo blue. That's all the pigment I need. I'm not even going to need that much. So I'm going to pull both of them together, and this time I'll use a knife. This is better than a brush. There we go. We'll grab a little bit of the phthalo blue. I'm not going to need much of that, and it's going to put a lot of pigment in there for me. I didn't even want that much. That's going to be too dark, so I'm using up my white. I'm going to need to get more white, but yeah. You want to be careful mixing. I usually pull from both sides, white and blue. So since I don't want it necessarily that dark, I'm going to put more white on here. And get it to where it can be, that's the white. There we go. And this is a different brand of white. This one's Artist Loft. Just trying it out. Okay, I'm ready. I'm going to do them side by side. I want to go over the sides as well. So I'm going to do a little bit of white, a little bit of blue. There we go. Get it to be a good mix. Go over this tops. At the top. These are going to be the tops. They're just sideways right now. Top and side. And top and side. I really like painting the little canvases because they don't take a lot of effort. They're not going to take a lot of time. I'm going to stick them together. I'll clean it up later, but let me get that. They're not going to stay stuck together. As I'm putting in the sky. And then are we going to have water in the front? We could put water in there too. I think that might be a good idea. But I'll wait and get the tops done first, and then we'll do the water. There we are. And I want it to come down far enough that the mountain can come up over it. Not going to be too difficult to do. And then in the center, it would be lighter. It's not going to be as dark as it is. So I'm grabbing some white, going right over this to make it a little bit lighter. This will be the middle. There we go. And I'm going to turn them like so. And I can turn it around, but the thing is it's wet on the top right now. So what I'm going to do, how can I hold it? Let's see. Do I need to hold it? I could. Let's just turn them and do it. I'll get it on my gloves. What else do I wear gloves for? There we go. Just to get that on there. And then the water's going to go on here. I should have just painted the whole thing blue, huh? That would work. For the water, there's going to be a little bit darker blue as well. This is going to be the water. Water finds its own level. You want to make sure you don't have water, unless you want really big waves on there, you're making ocean, you know. You want to make sure it's pretty straight. There we are. I'm not going to blend them all out, but I will blend it a little bit. And over the sides we go. And then I can get my fingerprints off of there. Let's turn it the right way. And the way I can tell the water is because it's going to have more streaks in it. Water is going to be always, it's going to be lines coming. Let me get some white too, to show you. be lines coming down, straight down, and also side to side. That's water. For still water, anyway. If we're working on an ocean, don't have to worry about it. It's going to be every which way. Get in this corner. You know, I think these would be really easy to ship. So I think I'm going to put these on the website. I already brought the other 3 that I made in the last few videos. I brought those down to Cedar and Stone to see how they do in Sherwood. They are for sale. I put them at $34 a piece, which is per square inch, the same as what my other art is. And they were fun to make. They have a little easel it comes with, so that's good. Okay, good enough. Now I'm going to make the color for the mountain. I'll flip this around, and you can see I've got ultramarine and burnt umber. You guys, I'm going to rinse you off, lay that down, and I'll scoot these guys over. Well, I mean, I can scoot one over on top of the other. I want to mix the color so you can see it. Sideways. Sideways. Oh. Okay. Burnt umber and ultramarine make a good black, and they also make a good background mountain color. This one, I don't have a reference photo for it. It's out of my head. Why not? I'll just do it out of my head. Out of my mind. That's where it at. That's where it is. Okay, so I've got burnt umber and ultramarine mixed together. And let's see what color that makes. I can add some white to it to tell me what color it's going to make. It's looking kind of black right now. I'm going to get a little bit of the white. Okay, maybe a little more white. And that's pretty gray. I'm going to add some blue to it. Wipe off the excess. There we go. A little bit more blue. Ah, I'm seeing the mountain color coming in here. Yeah, that'll be good for the background color. Okay. Now I need a round brush. A small round would be good. One that comes to a point. Do I have one that comes to a point? Let's see. I sure do. This is a number 4 round made by Blick. Let's get the water in the right place. I'm going to turn them the right way. Let's do them one at a time. No, I can't do the dual one here. I'll do it one at a time. So I'm going to grab some of the gray from the mountain color on my round brush. And I'm going to start putting in the mountain where I see it, which would be maybe tip of it right there. All I need is a triangle. And it's okay if it's mixing with the sky color, that's all right. I'll make a little triangle. I'm adding more blue to it. And then Mount Hood is going to come out. There we go. And then also out on this side. And down. So the direction of the mountain is what I'm painting. In the direction of the mountain. And you know that mountain can go a little ways here. Nice peak. I need to get a smaller round brush so I can make the little bump on there. Also, I want to make reflections in the water. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to go right here and put a little bit of the mountain. So something like that and something like that. A little bit here, a little there. Right off the edge of that canvas, huh? And then I can move that in the water. I'm just pulling a fan brush. This isn't even wet. I'm just pulling through the paint. I want to make sure it doesn't move. Everything's wet on this. I'm wetting it down, so why not? And then I'm going to pull into it and make the reflection, because the reflection, unless it's a perfectly still day and the light is just right, you aren't going to see exact details in the water. Sometimes you do. Those are cool. But this one's going to be a reflection, a suggestion of a reflection. We still have the trees to put in, but for now, we've got the mountain going in, and we'll do it on the other one as well. Okay, so that is pretty good. I think that's pretty good. We'll call her good for today, for that one, not for today, sorry. Now I'm going to go into the other one and put in the mountain, the background mountain. Let's scoot you over here and get you over here. And which one's the sky and which one's the water? What's happening down here? Well, let me clean that off. I just put the wrong color on there. That's fine. We'll take it off. No big deal. And we'll get some more of the sky color. There we are. Voila, remedied. I'm going to put in that mountain. Okay, the fan brush that I'm using is a 10-0. The round brush I'm using is a number 4. I'm going to go back into that gray that I was using for the background mountain. And this one's going to be a little bit closer to the, well, why don't we just come in almost center. I'm going to make that triangle first, make it really easy. And then the sides. There we go. Make that tip a little bit taller. Good enough right there. And it's still over that way a little bit. That's fine. Brush strokes are going to be the direction of the mountain. Yeah, why not? We'll have a little bit off the side here. I'm not going to frame these. Could you imagine buying a little frame for this? Wow. Not going to worry about it. It's okay. Canvases without frames are okay. Okay, I'm going to put them in the water as well, because the water's still wet. I can move it. And I'm going to put in the direction of the I'm going to put in parts of the mountain. This time I'm just going to paint it like so. And I'll pull through it. Doesn't have to be all of it. The water's going to come in and take it over too. You won't see all of it. Like I said, it's hard to see a perfect reflection unless it's perfectly still. So I'm glad you're here with me. And if you're painting, great. If you're not painting, that's great too. For still water, you can pull your brush down, straight down, like so. Or up, if that's the case, up. And then we can go side to side. Let's push up. Still water is not going to have motion, so it's just sort of a cat hair. There we go. Just sort of a nice side to side would do it, probably. There we go. I don't know that I'm going to take it off the canvas. I might. Let's get you a line in you, huh? I'm going to pull this down from the mountain. Sort of blur it out. Huh? Same with you. We don't need the light between the mountain and the water coming from behind the trees. Although there might be sun I don't know. Where's the sun? I got to figure that out, huh? That's one of the crucial things to think about when you're doing a painting is where's your light coming from? Okay. I'm going to put a couple lines just across the center here. And it's going to have snow on it too, right? Mount Hood usually has snow. Right now it does, for sure. Okay, I'm going to get a small round brush and do the little bump that's on the side there, top side. I'm rinsing off the paint on that fan brush. Okay, and this is 20-0 round, micro mini. I'm going to get a little bit of the mountain color and put in the little bump that's on the side here. How about more paint? We'll get more paint. It's got water on that brush. Same thing here. And switch it around. Yeah, that's good. And I'm going to get some white, put some on the one side. You know, I need to make a light gray. I'm going to make a light gray. Mixing a little white with that gray. That will be for the shadow snow. And I don't need it to stick all over this and cover everything. I'm just going to let it go where it will. I'm getting water on this brush to move the... I have cat hair. Okay, cat hairs everywhere. From my kitty. There we go. Got it. You too. I'll get you too. I'm being really careful with this wet brush. I'm moving that gray, but I don't want to remove the sky, so I won't. There we go. Good enough. And then I'm going to go and put gray-white on the other side, which is the shadow color. I'll switch you guys around. We'll just deposit where it's going to deposit. Don't need it on the whole thing. Okay, I'm going to get some white. And you know what? We can use a knife for that. That would probably be easier. So I've got the knife, this part of the blade I'm going to use on white. White paint. So I'm pulling it flat. I'll load the knife. And I'll bring that down. So I can turn this sideways. I'll move you over and turn you sideways. And I'm going to put some white on this mountain. It's got snow, fresh snow. People are up there skiing, you know, enjoying life. Loading another bead, trying again. Another bead of paint. You know what? I need to load this flat again. Do it again. I'm going to get rid of the lines. There's lines right here, so I'm just going to see the lines that are for where the knife was resting. Just going to pull those gently. I'm not putting any pressure on this knife at all. Okay. A little bit right here. Loading the knife again. Okay, blend the bottom part of that. And rinse that brush off. It's got some gray on it. Move that across there. Blend out that part. And I don't know if I need this in the, I don't know if I need the white in the water. I think it gives the illusion of the mountain already. But I'm going to pull it down here. And then I'll pull the knife over it. Since I'm doing a 2x4-inch canvas, I'm going to pull gently. I'm just going to use that corner of the knife. There we go. Nice. Okay. I'm going to switch you guys out. Get some white on you. You need some snow too, huh? And I'm going to use the knife again, loading the white nice and flat on my palette, and then pulling through and getting a bead on there. We already have the gray white. Turning you sideways, scoot you up. And I'm going to gently let this deposit snow where it's going to deposit snow. It can definitely leave some off of there. That's fine. It's not a problem. There we go, loading more. I'm going to get the lines. There's lines on there. I'll have to blend those out with the knife. I'm just going to let it coast along there and blend those out. There we go. I'll blend the bottom part. And then I just, you know, if I'm going to come back to this, I save my paint by spraying it with distilled water. And yeah, I'm going to blend this bottom part out. I'm so glad you joined me today. Let me get the brush that I put that on there with. Blend that out. Get the dots off of it. Glad you joined me, and join me for the next one. I will put in trees in the foreground, and we'll use green trees this time instead of having it be black trees. They'll be green. There we go. Just going to blend out that line of snow on there. Let's see. That's kind of a straight line right here. There we go. We'll get it not to be so straight. I can put snow over here. It doesn't have to be much. In fact, it could be some of my gray snow. It doesn't have to be all white. Gray snow is sort of a shadow of snow. Yes, I'm glad you joined me. If you like watching process videos and hanging out with me while I'm painting, please subscribe to DK Boljat. There will be more videos. I'm actively working on getting more watch hours on my channels. So at some point I will get monetized. I'm hoping for that. And that will be on the commercials, of course. Sorry about that, but yeah. But I'm looking forward to that day. Okay, so that's got snow on it. It is kind of patterned here. I don't know that I like that. I might want to change that a bit with more white. But yes, please subscribe to DK Boljat. I'm really glad you joined me today. Let me get the cat hair off of there. Okay, I have to wash this tablecloth again. Watson is really good at spreading the love. He puts his hair everywhere. He can't help it. He's a cat. All right. Hair off of there. Make this less of a pattern. There we go. Okay. I believe I'm done for now. I'm going to let those dry. I'm going to cover this with another palette and spray it with the distilled water. Yes. Thank you for joining me. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe to my channel, DK Boljat. God bless you, my friend.